Alright, we're looking at trigonometry, and to start with we're looking at right angle trigonometry, and it's important that you know how to label your triangle. Opposite the right angle is called the hypotenuse, opposite the angle is called the adjacent, is called the opposite, and next to the angle is adjacent. And from that we get three ratios. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is opposite over adjacent. Now we use those to find missing sides and angles. So it's like having a formula with three unknowns, an angle and two sides, an angle and two sides, and we need to use those to find an angle or three sides. So if we look at this first example, we've got the opposite and the hypotenuse, so that's sine. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Then I substitute in. Sine 45 degrees 28 minutes is equal to D on 6.8. Well, it's actually quite easy. If I just times that up there, I get D equals 6.8 sine 45 degrees 28 minutes. Now let's look at that on the calculator. 6.8 times sine 45, there's my degrees, 28 minutes. And we get an answer of 4.85, which makes sense because it's got to be shorter. Let's look at the next one. I've got opposite and I've got adjacent, so it's tan. Tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Tan, substitute in, 24/47. The opposite is 13 and the adjacent we don't know. Up here we had the unknown on the top and we could simply times. Here we do what I call the switcheroo, which is we swap the position of the unknown and the angle because we have to divide. 47. So we get out our calculator again. 13 divided by, oops, too many divided bys. Tan 24 degrees 47 minutes. And I get 28.15. We'll just call it 28. Okay, C is where we're finding the angle. We still have to label our sides. Opposite and adjacent, so it is tan. Tan theta equals opposite over adjacent, which equals 9 on 10. Now this is where the calculator is pretty important, because when we're doing finding the angle, we've got to go second function tan to bring up tan to the -1. Some people write it like this. I don't do that too much. I just know I've got to do 9 on 10. And I get 41.98. If I go the degree and minute button again, I get it in degrees and minutes, which is 41 degrees 59 minutes. So they're the three scenarios. Finding a side where the unknown's on the top, finding a side where the unknown's on the bottom, finding an angle.